Coach Terry Murray. I'm from North Ridgeville. I coach the North Ridgeville Mini Rangers traveling football team. Coach kids grades 3rd through 6th grade. I started coaching at a very young age. I was 16 when I took my first coaching gig. It was with the Park and Recreation program. In the city that I grew up in, we had a shortage of coaches, but we had a lot of youth. So when I started working with the Park and Rec, I latched on to a baseball coaching position. Baseball being kind of my love when I was younger, and I ended up getting into other sports as I grew up, so to speak, and had my own family, coached my daughter's softball team, and fell into this football thing that I'm doing now. I founded the program back in 1996, and we've been coaching football now for a little over 20 years. And it has ranged from youth sports to high school to junior high to men's baseball at one point. So I've kind of been all over the place, but I think what I'll be the most well known for will probably be my football coaching. When I was younger, I played all sports, but the big three, football, baseball, basketball, but we played it all as kids growing up. I mean, from tennis to street hockey to, everything in between to badminton. It was just a sports city for us. And actually, my mentors were just about all my coaches. I can't really sit here and give you that story like maybe hopefully someday someone can do for me, but all my coaches kind of played into who I am today. And the biggest coach of all, believe it or not, would be my grandmother. My grandmother's instilled the foundation in me that I'm trying to instill in the youth of today. And that actually come from church. So she took me to church at a very young age and made me go, kicking and screaming, but I think it paid off in the end, and some of it stuck what she wanted, the big point stuck, and here I am today. The main thing is that we're working with the kids nowadays that I try to get through to them is just to respect each other, respect their teachers, respect their parents. That's first and foremost, and I think that's what the foundation of our football program is. And then a lot of things continue to grow from there, but that being the biggest thing is probably just getting them to learn to respect each other and have concern for each other's feelings. And that's one of the big points that we stress. A couple years ago, Sam Lombardo was introduced to me from Mark Ernie, one of my coaches. Sam and I got together and we shared a lot of the same philosophies. Sam had a great vision with the world-class leadership program that we're involved in right now with him. And like I said before, we shared a lot of the same philosophy, so it was kind of an easy, marriage there, you could say. And what we're doing is we're trying to bring this to the youth at an early age so we can produce some leaders for the future, basically. And Sam, when he seen our program, Sam thought that would be the prime candidate for that. And after coaching sports for 33 years, I've never changed, believe it or not. I know we've talked about, Sam had mentioned, is there one, thing that you were doing wrong that you'd go back and change? And I guess we all grow and continue, but it's those foundations that I've always had from the very beginning. And that's kind of what Sam's looking for with the world-class leadership program. And so we're really excited about that and trying to bring that vision into at least Northeast Ohio and then further if we can at that point. Last year, we really got aggressive with the program, and we started working with not only the kids but the parents, letting them understand what it takes to build a world-class leader. I mean, we could preach all day long or try to coach all day long to the kids, but if we don't get the parents on board, a lot of times, and I'm sure a lot of coaches face this situation, the kids get dropped off. Okay, 6 o'clock, we'll see you at 8 o'clock, and then they come back. But we're trying to get parent involvement, as we always have. We try to get our parents involved with our program, but now more so than ever with trying to build the world-class leadership program, we need their support in this. So as we're teaching them and trying to instill these basic fundamentals that's going to change their character and allow them to go out into the world and change the way that they view things and people view them, and to be the leaders of the future, we have to have that support from home. So it's very important that we get the parents involved at this point with the program. That's sometimes our biggest challenge, but last year I thought it went tremendous. We had, Sam put together we called, our scrapbooks of the season, defining all the characteristics that we felt would make, a world-class leader. And some of those books for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade kids are just amazing. You'd be amazed what kids of that age actually understand and what they can do. At that age, I think that's where they are defining themselves for junior high and high school. I really feel if we don't reach them before junior high, it's almost getting to the point, I hate to say it, it's almost to the point it's going to be too late. If you don't reach them at this early age and try to get that character defined, junior high is like anything goes. The hormones are running, in their early teens, and, Lord knows TV doesn't help us much nowadays. So we're trying to get this foundation instilled in them so when they move up through the junior high and high school years, that they can be the leaders that everyone else will follow and them not following everyone else. The one thing with our program is we have always got great parent participation. And I think it's just one of the big things is you've got to be open to communicate with the parents. A lot of times that is no doubt the hardest thing that we've talked about is dealing with the parents, because everyone thinks their kid's the best player. He's the greatest quarterback. He's the all-star pitcher. He's the home run hitter. He's the best basketball player. But really what they have to learn is, it's a team effort. It's, there's no I in team. That's what we've heard our whole life in sports, and it's true. So no matter how good the kid is, let's look at LeBron James. He made the big move to go down and play with the Miami Heat, and he's finding out, he couldn't do it. One guy cannot do it. So it's got to be a team effort, a total team effort. And by getting the parents involved, they're part of the team. We make them feel like they have a part and they have a stake in this, not just the coaching staff and, the players, but the parents also. So with the three of us combining together for this program, that's what allows us to have a lot of parents come and give back even after their children have left the program because they believe so strongly in what we're doing. One of the ways we got the parents involved last year is we created a program called DUCK, Discipline, Unity, and Character. And we created a metrics that the parents could use at home to allow us to see how the kids were progressing. We had whiteboards set up, outlining their behavior on the field and off the field. And we ended up with a little encouragement box that the parents would actually put their comments in the encouragement box so we were able to follow the kids during the season. With my belief in faith, family, education, and sports, I look forward to teaming up with the FCA and the USCA in developing world-class leaders of tomorrow.